Startup Podcast PH is co-produced by Simph, One CFO, Y Spaces, Credit Hero, Tiwala, Geek Genius, School Tech by Edfolio, and Red Circle Global. Check out their partners in the description.
Welcome sa Startup Podcast PH, inspiring more Filipino entrepreneurs and innovators. Live tayo ngayon sa Mariano Marcos State University, TBI in Batac, Ilocos Norte to interview their startup incubatees. And we have Ilocandia Anli-Weave Pattern, creative enterprise developing innovative weaving patterns inspired by traditional Ilocano textile designs. And we have the project leader, Lawrence Eclarin. Kamusta po? Kamusta? Hello.
Good morning. So, ngayon na ba kayo pumunta dito?
First time ko sa Batac actually po. First time. And first time ng startup podcast sa Ilocos.
So, you've never been to Paway?
Paway na padaan lang po dati sa Paway Church. Ayun.
Tinanong ko kasi, actually yung Sunny Weave kasi na Patterns Project, it started with the local community sa Paway.
Sa Paway. Which is actually parang 1 kilometer from here lang po, no? Medyo malapit lang naman. And sikat kasi si Paway Church, dahil sa Paway Church. I think yung mga nagupuntang, for tourists like me, no? I'm sure marami nangyayari sa Paway, pero usually kasi pupuntang Lawag, Ilocos, ay, sikat din pala yung Paway Sand Dunes. And I think for tourists like me from Manila, but ayun, parang masaya ma-discover and malaman for me, na medyo kaunti pa ang kaalaman sa Ilocos culture, na marami pala nangyayari sa Paway and sa may mga pala tayo dito.
May activities.
Tsaka traditional Ilocano weaving patterns. But siguro I let you do the introduction po, Lawrence. So, ano nga ba ang Ilocandia Anli-Weave Pattern?
The Ilocandia Anli-Weave Patterns actually is an outcome ng isang research project namin sa MMSU College of Arts and Sciences. I'm actually with the math department. So, yung mga project namin sa research and extension, merong mga involved ang mga local weaving communities. So, nung kakasimula pa lang nung mga extension projects kasi is, parang ang hirap mag-isip ng how you're going to apply mathematics in the real world. Parang ganun. Yun yung challenge namin. But then, one of the faculty members, this is actually a member nung sa Ilocandia Anli-Weave Patterns Project, si Professor Siriaco Ragual, who is actually a mathematician and a weaver himself. Siya yung talagang nagsimula ng mga activities on weaving sa mathematics department. So, dun nag-emanate yung unang mga project namin sa research, extension. Tapos, later on, nung bumalik ako dito sa university from my PhD, nagkaroon ng parang consultation with the OST. Tapos, yung undersecretary noon is, she was asking, ano ba yung magandang project ninyo na pwede? Kasi she came to the College of Arts and Sciences. Tapos I mentioned na maybe we can have a research on pattern generation that can be used for weaving mats. Actually, mats yung pinopost ko noon kasi yun yung nakita ko na application when I took my PhD. Pero sabi naman niya, ba't na lang yung Inabel ninyo? Kasi nandito na siya. So, why not look into the homegrown na local weaving na tradition niya dito? So, doon nag-start yung idea. Then, I had a group of students naman who took interest doon sa idea na we can really have patterns generated mathematically. And then, we consulted with the local na co-op sa may Paway. So, yung Nagbakalan. You can visit yung Nagbakalan, yung Weavers Multipurpose Cooperative. Harap siya ng Paway Lake. So, kasi hindi naman pwedeng puro theory ka lang. Kailangan mo rin tignan kung pwede talaga siyang i-apply. So, nag-consult kami sa local community. Sabi naman nila, pwedeng integrate dun sa weaving technique.
Wow!
In today's digital world, your organization needs more than just technology. It needs a strategic partner. At Simph, we build web and mobile apps that drive innovation for startups, enterprises, and organizations worldwide. Visit simph.co today.
Still filling out loan applications for your business? Yeah, thought so.
Save your time. Grow your business. With Credit Hero, one online application gets you loan offers from multiple lenders. Apply for a business loan now. Visit credithero.com.
Actually,
So, yun.
super interesting po, no? Well, I'm a math person din. I mean, onti lang. Pero, ang interesting po na yung mathematics ay pwedeng ma-incorporate, ma-integrate sa culture, kumbaga.
Oo.
So, parang this is, science, well, math meets culture. So, I think, ang innovation na ginagawa po ninyo dito is yun nga, meron tayong Ilocano culture ng weaving, tama po ba? And then, of course, meron dyan mga traditional patterns. But, si science, si mathematics, pwede siyang makagawa pa ng mga patterns na mas upgraded or
Saka
something.
mas intricate.
Mas intricate. And then, so mas beautiful, mas aesthetic somehow.
Not necessarily. Parang lang, to add more options.
More
Oo.
options. So, i-combine sila. So, theory, si math, generate na more patterns, and then yung practice of weaving na ginagawa na sa Paway, sa Ilocos, i-combine, and then we have more options for more patterns. Tama po ba yun?
Oo. Actually, yung isang question nga noon is, how about yung authenticity? Because many of our indigenous patterns, these are handed down na patterns. Iba kasi yung value kapag naipamana yung pattern na yon. Pero dahil nga nagbabago na yung needs, lalo na kapag sa international market, kasi na palaging yun yung patterns na present. At yung use kasi parang nagagamit sa runner, tapos bigla makikita mo pagdating mo sa party, yung suot mo, table runner na pattern. So yun yung mga nakita namin na maybe we can provide them other options that are not necessarily better, pero alternative.
Ang ganda.
Options.
Ang ganda.
Oo.
Ang ganda po. Kasi ang dami pwedeng mangyari dito. Kasi fashion. Actually, fashion din po. No? Parang fashion and furniture, interior design. Not to say modernization, pero tama po yung sinabi niya Baka yung damit mo. Parang, kunyari, beauty queen. Pinapagmalaki isang pattern. Of course, tailor-made yung pattern na yun. Pero kunyari, in some parties, celebrities, may suot na indigenous or parang cultural pattern to celebrate nga yung culture. Pero makikita ng mga tao, yun yung tablecloth namin sa bahay.
Sa cortina.
Oo, sa cortina namin yan So,
kumot.
it would actually work to have, andun pa rin yung culture andun pa rin yung tradition, pero in-enhance siya with math, with pattern, with new patterns, para may variety, kumbaga sa mata ng mga tao. Yun po yung gusto natin mangyari dito na parang na-express pa rin yung Filipino authenticity or yung culture ng isang lugar. At the same time, fresh siya sa mata na hindi ma-associate sa cortina or sa tablecloth or whatever.
Partly, yun yung isang objective namin. And also, dahil nga, yung idea kasi is not really to push or para magkaroon ng palitan yung mga present na patterns. It's really then to encourage the local weavers to try something new or create or innovate yung patterns na alam na nila. Kasi minsan kung ano yung namana nila, parang yun na yun. Pero meron namang mga weavers na they try to come up with modifications dun sa counting. Kasi may counting kasi na involved dun sa weaving So may mga nagtatry. So yun yung isa rin na pinapasok namin na we try to encourage that you can come up with different patterns pa rin using the same counting. May papalitan ka lang na part.
Ang galing.
So pinapresent namin yung pwedeng gawin, how to innovate yung patterns na alam na nila or kung gusto nilang i-adapt, pwede rin.
Ang galing. Ang ganda. Firstly po, sa side nga, I think na-express na natin sa side ng pattern, it's a variety. But at the side of the weaver, some of them are, parang they've been doing that for generations already. So, actually, I want to ask din po, nagkaroon po ng parang resistance na, hindi, ito yung nakasanayan namin, ito yung gagawin namin. Or parang, and baka nakita nila na, onti na nang babaguhin, change lang yung counting, yun pa rin yun, pero dinagdagan lang ng variety. That's why naging mas accepting sila doon sa change na yun. Kasi, I believe, kung talaga totally iba po yung pattern na papagawa nyo sa kanila, they will resist Kasi that's different from the tradition, from the culture. Pero ito, parang nakatugma pa rin, nakakonect pa rin sa pattern nila, in-enhance lang or variety lang with math, gagawin pa rin nila kasi it's still, andun pa rin yung identity nila eh, or yung identity nung same weaving, pero more variety nga. So, I have a question, nagkaroon po ba ng resistance or dahil nga, kumbaga, in-adapt ko talaga yung new patterns dun sa patterns nila?
Actually, tama ka. There was naman siya resistance, pero meron siyang learning curve eh. Kasi yung mga indigenous patterns, they know it by heart, kumbaga. Parang
Yes.
memorize na, embedded na ingrained na sa kanila na alam na nila yung, without thinking, nagagawa na nila yung mga patterns na ginagawa nila ever since. So, yun yung naging struggle namin. Medyo nahirapan kami dun sa pag-transfer ng knowledge that they needed to learn para to come up with the new patterns that we have. And just to inform din siguro yung karamihan and your listeners, maraming techniques sa weaving. And different communities here specialize on various techniques. Like for example, yung tinatawag nila na binakol. So actually, binakol yung pattern na yan. Yung binakol is ang talagang community na gumagawa niyan sa Ilocos Norte is Sarat. Meron din gumagawa ng binakol sa Paway. Pero ang talagang type ng weave na makikita mo sa Paway, yung tinatawag nila na kundiman, usually yung mga kumot. Kundiman yon. Tapos yung sinukitan, gaya nung pattern namin actually, sinukitan yung technique niya. Ito, meron ding specific community sa Paway na gumagawa. Sila lang din naman yung nag-specialize doon. So, maraming klase. It just happened na sa Paway, sila yung pinakamaraming weavers practicing different techniques sa ngayon. Although, the Department of Science and Technology, particularly yung Philippine Textile Research Institute, headed by Dr. Julius Lianio, he is really pushing to really revive and provide support to our local weaving communities. Kaya meron yung regional yarn na facility na ngayon sa may Vintar. Kasi dati na nawala na yung weaving tradition sa Vintar. Kung meron man, parang kukonti na lang. Ngayon rin ni-revive niya. So, nandun yung facility. Meron nga silang actually event this month. So, i-launch nila yung facility to support yung need ng local weavers, particularly sa yarn, yung sa thread.
Firstly po yung sa Philippine Textile Research Industry, ang ganda ng mission na reviving, to revive nga well, first of all, weaving has been part of the history ng Pilipinas. Meron tayong mga national artists na weavers. And I believe, maybe you could answer more po to this question, yung when we say revive, baka nga, baka kaya kailangan i-revive. I mean, rin-revive eh. So, that means medyo bumaba siya. Andun pa yung supply eh. Andun pa yung practice, andun pa yung culture. Baka dun sa demand side, sa commercial side na hindi na siya ganun ka nagiging kaaya-aya bilhin ng mga Pilipino. Not dahil pangit siya, maganda siya, but dahil nga siguro, nagsasawa na sa paulit-ulit na mga patterns or paulit-ulit na design. Parang nagkaroon na rin ng, I believe, I'm being straightforward. Nagkaroon na rin tayo ng notion na kumbaga yung hindi na nga for me, for example, to be honest, bilang for Manila din, this tablecloth, I don't even know na yan pala ay isang particular weaving pattern. So, hindi ko alam history, hindi ko alam yung, siguro wala akong class or siguro wala akong taste. Pero, it would, kumbaga, siguro kailangan din buhayin sa consciousness ng mga Pilipino, ng mga tao na may special history, may special trait. Siguro nga, with the passing generations, nagiging normal na lang na parang, tablecloth, cortina. Pero merong mga history, merong mga special identity sa mga yan eh. And possibly, para mabalik yung commercialization yan, ayun nga, i-upgrade yung variety ng patterns and siguro mas gawin siyang fashionable ulit or kaaya-aya ulit sa mata ng mga bibili. Important yung bibili. We have to admit, business, it's an industry. Kailangan na may bibili. Ano pong tingin niyo dun?
Actually, medyo matagal na kasi akong involved din sa weaving project. Our research project started noong 2015 when we received funding from USAID Stride. Actually, hindi siya government agency fund. It's a USAID fund. Doon kami nag-start. So, we really learned a lot. Talking with and consulting with local communities, yung mga problems, mga struggles nga nila, Dun sa commercialization, the tourism industry ni Ilocos Norte, actually maganda yung siya na avenue to support yung Inabel na industry. Because a lot of tourists, gusto nila, they want to bring something from Ilocos home,
yes.
di ba? So, karamihan ng mga items or may mga items na binibenta sa mga tourist spot na, yun, may mga Inabel, usually mga tela-tela. Pero ngayon, nag-innovate na nga sila. Meron ng mga pouches, keychain. So, iba-iba na.
Coin purse.
Tote bags, na hindi naman ganun kamahal.
Actually, just to share po, ganun ako Pag when I go to a place, bibili ako ng coin purse minsan.
Keychain. Ano ba yun? Ref magnet.
Ref magnet.
Pero pala kami, ref magnet na yun. Tuling nag-isip na. So, doon sila, actually, yung sa commercialization, doon na aspect. So, sumasabay siya doon sa tourism. But what we appreciate now with our local agency, particularly with the Department of Trade and Industries, they're pushing local MSMEs at kasama yung creative industries doon, including food and other items. Pero yung creative industries, yung isa talaga na tinututukan nila. So sila rin yung partners namin actually when we have activities in relation to dun sa weaving din. Sila yung kasi, pwede nilang i-push yung paano mo i-commercialize, di ba? Or i-innovate yung product para at least yung need ng present generation siguro or kung ano man yung need na present sa ngayon is meron silang idea kung ano yung maganda At may avenues sila para dun sa marketing na rin, promotion.
Tsaka, when I'm thinking of this, ini-imagine ko lang yung magiging future. Kasi ang ganda Ang ganda, well, personally kasi po, ako talaga, I travel a lot sa Pilipinas. I interview startups ng all around the Philippines. So, nakita ko na rin yung mga iba't ibang, pupunta sa pasalubong stores. Na-imagine ko tuloy ngayon, merong isang, just to share some ideas. Parang may website ng Pilipinas, mapa ng Pilipinas. Then, andun yung mga different weavers or weaving communities ng Pilipinas. Makikita mo yung mga pattern, iba't ibang patterns that... Kasi actually, pinaka na ko po to, if I may share lang sa ibang bahagi ng Pilipinas, sa mga Tiboli, sa Lake Cebu, sa South Cotabato, meron silang particular na tawag dito, textile, yung red and black, yung I forgot the name. Dreamweavers. And parang so parang na-imagine ko tuloy, merong mapa ng Pilipinas. Andun ngayon may different weaving patterns and different textiles you can buy, different products, fashion. But now that I'm thinking of it, parang beyond the marketing initiative na kailangan mangyari, beyond just displaying na ito yung mga, parang tapos na tayo sa stage na yun na iba't ibang cultures, ito yung patterns, ito yung styles. I think kailangan talaga yung mas we have to admit, Gen Z malaking part ng population ng mga Gen Z. Is it correct? What do you think po Is it correct na parang kailangan mas i-connect yung, andyan yung practice, andyan yung skill of weaving na ginagawa pa rin, kailangan siya mas i-connect sa mga buyers or sa mga Pilipino ngayon. Anong tingin nyo dun? May disconnect nga ba? Kaya kailangan i-revive, kailangan mas i-connect, and ano yung mga pwede pang gawin? Aside from marketing, talagang kailangan, I think, yung patterns nga or yung mismong viability or parang yung, kumbaga, ma-attract talaga yung mga Pilipino bumili. What do you think doon?
Actually, yung isang project namin under TBI, which is incubated, it's a sole proprietorship yung sa Ella Maria PH na ako rin actually yung nag-initiate nung entity na yon. Yun yung gusto naming tignan. So, it's, we call it a spin-off, pero medyo pinaplansa pa kasi yung mga detalye na kailangan para dun sa spin-off project na yon. We're trying to address that. Yung sabi mo nga na-gap. Because if you consider mga buyers talaga ng local textiles, karamihan, mga professionals or those who really want, mga government employees, kasi merong nilabas ang civil service with yung sa Monday na uniform that it should integrate. Kasi in-encourage nila yung Tropical Fibers Act na government employees should wear mga textiles which makes use of tropical fibers. Actually, isang problem pa yan, yung concept ng tropical fiber. Hindi lahat ng local textiles gumagamit ng tropical fiber. Kasi there's a concern with yung fibers na galing sa ibang bansa, mas mura compared dun sa mga napoproduce. Kaya nga dami naming nakita na aspects in which the Philippine government needs to address So, hindi lang siya dun sa pattern, also with the material, also with the cultural appropriation nga na is a very important thing to consider then. Kasi sabi mo nga, hindi pwedeng basta-basta mo na lang gamitin yung isang pattern without the knowledge kung ano ba yung pattern na yun Yung sa Only Weave kasi, wala siyang masyadong cultural appropriation because it's mathematically generated. Pero yun na nga, ang sabi namin, to give value dun sa textile, you should know the textile. So dun pumapasok yung knowledge. So yun yung isang gap. Yung sa knowledge aspect when it comes kung sa Gen Z siguro. Yan. So siguro, pwede sa higher education or kahit sa education, sa DepEd pa lang, pwedeng i-contextualize yung mga reference materials para dun pa lang na-introduce na sa community na to, we have this identity, these patterns, like yun nga dun sa Lake Cebu, they have the Dreamweavers. So, they should have ownership of the culture Yun yung isang maganda rin na i-build at the elementary high school level and then sa tertiary, pwede rin. Pero more on siguro sa research na when it comes dun sa higher education na rin.
Pero ang ganda, actually ang ganda ng very interesting show. Anyway.
Ang UP, UP Baguio, meron sila yung Corditex. So, yung Corditex is, they try to preserve or recreate yung mga patterns na nawala. Kasi pag yung isang pattern, wala nang gumagawa, nawawala yung knowledge. Kasi may particular na bilang yan So, meron silang equipment or there's a facility in UP Baguio, yung Corditex nga, na kaya niyang i-recreate yung mga patterns na lost na yung counting.
Yeah. Tsaka, parang, just to, as a startup, kasi, for startups, really important na ma-pinpoint yung problem before doing the solution. So, I think this is a big problem po talaga. I mean, not problem talaga na problema, pero if we want to revive, kumbaga yung industriya, on the other end of the stick, we have yung identity, culture, ownership, but andyan yung practice, and then on the other end, yung commercialization, yung flavor, kumbaga. I just imagine po na parang parang masaya mag-collect or parang may ganong aspect para magiging siya mas mainstream. We need to kumbaga initiatives din siya to bring into the mainstream ang patterns, itong textile patterns na ito. And I believe and I think isang step papunta dito yung ginagawa ninyo sa Ilocandia Only Weave pattern. Just to ask more po about kung paano siya nangyayari. Paano yung proseso ng paggawa ng pattern or parang mag-apply nga ng mathematics just to understand it more?
So, yung weaving pattern kasi sa Inabel, makes use of threads, di ba? Yung technique is the same as mat weaving din or yung sa paper weaving na tinatawag namin kapag nagko-conduct kami ng training. You have yung parang vertical at saka horizontal na hinahabi. So, doon pumapasok yung counting. Yung pag-lift mo nung strips or kung sa textile nga is yung threads. So, yung machinist, meron siyang ganun na lifting tapos mag-insert ka ng parang ganun. Parang ang tawag is warp and weft.
Yeah.
So, warp yung parang body niya tapos weft yung magki-criss-cross, magko-cross na dun sa warp.
Yeah, mas magigas natin yan pag sa machine Actually, noong una na nagtataka, actually, let me share lang din po, thoughts ng isang Gen Z. Joke, di ako Gen Z. Millennial ako. Nagtataka rin ako dati. I mean, nagpupunta ako sa museum, yun nga, when I go to, I see yung may textiles. And then, napaisip ako, yung damit, actually, hindi ko alam kung paano ito ginagawa. Or yung mga patterns ng tablecloths, hindi ko alam kung paano nagagawa. Nagtaka ako, kasi nag-research pa ako, talagang research ko. And firstly, different yung, may dalawang diba, yung weaving na yung sa paa, tsaka yung weaving na yung hindi. Ayun yun, backstrap. Tapos doon ko unti-unti na-gets na nag-search pa sa YouTube ng mga proseso kung paano, kasi paano siya ginagawa, paano yung ginagawa yung patterns, yung pala parang kini-criss-cross nga siya. And
kini-criss-cross siya.
parang nag-nut siya sa para siyang naggaganon, sa spaghetti inside, pero arrange pa rin siya. Anyway, sige po, continue.
So, yun nga, kasi kung alternate lang yung kukunin mo doon, tapos nag-alternate, may pattern. Pero like for example, alternate ka na 1, 2, parang 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, ganon. So, what if baguhin mo? Parang isa muna yung ililift mo, tapos bakante yung isa, dalawa naman ngayon, tapos bakante yung isa. So, medyo mababago yung counting, mababago rin yung pattern. So, doon pumapasok yung sa algorithm namin sa math. It comes up with different sequence of numbers. And for a particular sequence of number, iba-iba yung lumalabas na pattern doon. So, yung mga weavers, na-memorize na nila yung sequence. Yun yung sequence na ginagamit.
Tsaka gets, ang galing. Kasi nagtataka rin po ako noon, nung may napunta na museum I think sa Tibuli nga to, if I remember correctly. Yung process, may demonstration process na ito yung mga galing sa halaman para to dye the strings. Ito yung strings, iba-ibang kulay, iba-ibang haba, para iba-ibang positioning ng kulay. Hindi mo may imagine na yun yung magiging itsura ng pattern until gawin mo na. Nagtataka ako, paano nila napipicture? And nung sinearch ko nga po, yung mga, I forgot now, the national artist. Parang by heart na daw kasi nila na pag ito yung ginawa mong pattern, ito yung magiging itsura niya. So, nakasanayan na siya. But ang ganda kung ma-incorporate yung math, with mathematics, pag binago mo tong sequence, magiging ganito yung pattern, mag-iiba siya, and possibly makagawa ka nga ng more intricate patterns.
Yung sa Dreamweavers kasi, hindi pareho yung technique dito sa Ilocos Sa kanila, I think meron silang tinatay. Kasi may dyeing process,
yes.
diba?
Iba pala.
So parang sa t-shirt, diba, pag may tinay ka, may lumalabas na pattern. Ganun sila.
Okay.
So, it's really more on dun sa dyeing.
Okay.
Yung sa pag-dye nila nung kulay. But same pa rin, nakikriss-cross pa rin naman yung threads doon. Dito kasi talaga is isang kulay lang, or kung dalawa imimix mo, so dire-diretso na yung kulay nun.
Okay.
So walang masyadong mga curves. Kung titignan mo yung kulay dito, parang geometric lang na straight, mga ganyan. Pag sa Dreamweavers kasi meron siyang
may shape. May
sa tie-dyeing ka mag-ano.
Pero kung dito, so basically isang color yung string.
Oo, isang color
Tapos
yung
criss-cross siya.
isang color yung weft. Or pwede mong bago-baguhin yung kulay nung lagyan. So may alternate ng pink, white, black, ganun na. So yun din. So may color din na component.
Trust the digital future with Twala. Secure and tamper-proof digital signature. Electronic notarization service. And custom AI agents for intelligent document workflows. Visit twala.io to learn more.
Meet Lala, a freelancer who chose Gig Genius. Unlike many platforms that make freelancers pay just to apply, Gig Genius was built to put skills first, not spending. No pay-to-apply barriers, no bidding fees, just safer opportunities through dual system verification. Ready to experience the difference? Visit giggenius.io and join Gig Genius today.
Speaking of that, naaral ba ng math kung hanggang ilang kulay pa pwede? Kasi baka pag masyado naman makulay, maging magulo naman sa mata. Kasi, yun nga po, parang hindi mo makikita yung pattern until nagawa mo siya buo. So, hindi ka pwede mag-try lang basta-basta na lagay ko yung red, yung purple, yung blue, yung black. Di ba po? Tama ba yun? So, kailangan siyang aralin din muna and i-try. Kung pag ginawa mo na, tsaka mo na makikita.
Dun pwedeng pumasok yung mga software developers actually na
simulation.
Simulation talaga. We tried that dun sa yung isang pattern namin noon, pinatry namin na ano yung magiging output. Pero yun nga, kasi may sa programming na rin yun, hindi naman expertise yun. So maraming areas in which pwedeng pumasok yung iba-ibang, like sa amin dito, iba-ibang departments. We have a project member, si Professor Wilben Christy Pagtaconan. Siya yung talagang in charge dun sa software development noon. And these are mainly mga outputs din ng mga student namin. So, binibigay namin sa kanila pinipitch namin yung idea na ganito yung concept. Actually, napakasimple nung concept. Tapos, nung nakuha na nila, they try to come up with
Ang
the
ganda, ang galing.
software.
May ganun na pong software na dinevelop?
Meron.
Oh, wow.
Meron kaming
Tsaka
ganun.
pwede nyo i-demo yan sa Weverse para ma-picture nila
Ginagamit
yung...
natin
Ang galing,
siya.
ang galing, ang galing. Ang galing.
So marami, ang project, just to mention din, yung team pala composed of me as the project leader, then na-mention ko na si Professor Ciriaco Ragual and si Sir Wilben Pagtaconan. We also have yung aming parang merchandise saka product lead na specialist, engineer siya. So, hindi yung engineering skills na nagamit na. More on, he works with mga fashion designers kasi. So, medyo may idea siya kung ano yung need
Yes.
sa fashion. Mga ganun.
Yes.
Para at least naman,
Oo.
swak kami.
Ang galing.
Nagbibigay siya ng possible color combination
Oo,
para at least mas maganda. Engineer Lawrence dyan, Tagatan naman. And our weaver, kasi hindi naman kami nag-weave lahat. Si Ma'am Jonil Larico, siya talaga yung nagpo-prototype ng mga... So, hindi pwedeng ako lang yung gagawa. Kasi multifaceted yung project eh.
Ang ganda. Na-excite po tuloy ako ngayon para sa Pilipinas. Kasi, I mean, just not to be cheesy, pero Philippines has a lot of cultural practices na medyo hindi na modernize. But I believe if may mga ganitong initiatives na nag-forward, and ito din is realization noon eh. Weaving is a masterful thing. It's really a masterful thing. Pero apparently, or maybe, we really need to modernize it para mabuhay pa yung industriya. And if we already have that, yung skill nga ng mga weavers sa Paway, kung i-mix dito yung fashion, the knowledge of the present fashion for the commercialization. Second, yung simulation, yung software. Mas may imagine ng weavers, mas makakagawa ng, and mathematics kasama dun, makakagawa ng more intricate patterns sa mga weavers. This can be something new that the world has never seen before, na weaving pa rin, pero new, totally new patterns, totally new, even sa production eh. So, talagang totally totally new, revolutionary actually. And anyway, sige po, if I may ask na yung story behind sa Ilocandia Alloy pattern. Firstly, will you mention na po yung team, paano nabuo itong project na ito? And second, for sure this has funding, and I hope nga sana more funding pa mapunta dito kasi ang ganda nung pwedeng mangyari. Ano nga ba yung parang pinagmulan nung project?
So, yun nga, as I mentioned earlier, nag-money talaga siya sa department namin, sa mathematics, with the initiative of yung kasama namin sa project, si Sir Ikes. So, maganda ka yung kwento niya eh, because he was able to finish yung degree na BS Math major din because of the weaving practice. So, ang kwento niya sa amin, kaya maganda kapag lalo na pag sa communities, maraming kwento yung mga weavers. Ang kwento naman niya is, yung nanay niya noon, nagkahabi ng kumot. So, 2 kumot per week. Yung isang kumot, ibibenta for their allowance. Tapos yung isang kumot naman para sa family needs. Ganon. So, marami mga ganon na kwento. So, dun siya yung talagang nag-initiate. And then, when we received funding from USAID niya, and then eventually, dito sa MMSU TBI, DOST Banwar Project. It covers creative industries kasi. So, si Ma'am Army sa Bugo, she tried to look into how we can involve yung research project namin noon. Hindi ko lang ma-recall kung anong year nag-start yung sa TBI Banwar project noon when we tried to start pitching with DOST. So, we caught their attention when we tried to submit the proposal. So, nakuha yung funding ng MMSU TBI, and then we participated in the different activities with the support of MMSU TBI nga, using yung fund provided by Banwar. It's actually under PSHORT. DOST PSHORT siya na fund. Kaya maganda rin na there are a lot of not only international agencies but local din government agencies that support yung hindi lang sa food, hindi lang sa technology, but also with creative industries na rin.
Yeah. Belong to the creative industries nga naman ang textile.
Pero ang nakita namin na present na challenge na medyo mahirap i-address ngayon is the weavers are aging na eh. Parang kung titignan mo yung average age ng weavers ngayon, medyo mataas. Hindi, kokonti yung mga batang weavers. So, yun yung tinitignan namin how we can how we can solve that problem. Pero pag nag-visit naman kami, nag-benchmark kami sa ibang communities, may mga ibang communities na maraming mga bata. At ang isang nakita namin noon sa Iloilo is, they have this activity na kapag mga bakasyon ng mga bata, in-encourage sila dun sa weaving center. Tapos, per yard, meron silang bayad. Mga bakasyon.
Ayun nga po eh. Saan yun sa Iloilo, if I may ask?
Maraming weaving communities sa Iloilo eh. Hindi ko lang malako anong community yun.
And I think, to be honest, ang industriya ay pinapatakbo ng pera or ng ano. So, to be, I mean, it's a business.
To be honest, talagang...
So, parang same sa farming, yan eh, na aging population ng agriculture. Kasi, humihina ang power. I mean, ayaw man natin aminin, humihina ang power ng local farms sa supply chain ng Pilipinas. But I think we need to strengthen that para din, may sarili tayong pagkain, tsaka meron pa tayong mga young farmers. I think same sa weaving. We really need to inject money, not just yung capital na parang isahang pasok, funding, not just research, kundi sustainable nga na economy, sustainable na industry. So magagawa yun kapag may magbibili ng mga textile. And I think magagawa ngayon kapag attractive to the eye or very mainstream, very giantsy ang mga textile. So I think yung problem ng aging population sa weaving, I think connected siya dun sa kanina na parang baka mas papadami natin ng mga batang weaver if may negosyo sa weaving. So, the Gen Zs can explore hindi lang vlogging, hindi lang TikTok, kundi weaving to be their business maybe. Something, ano tingin niyo dun?
Yung weaving kasi is very technical siya. Kasi manual talaga yan. Pag Gen Z talaga.
Wala pa bang mga machine na for weaving?
Meron naman na may automation na part. Actually, yung sa College of Engineering namin, we have a set of students na they tried to automate some parts. Pero during the USAID project kasi, yun yung isa na ayaw nilang i-consider dahil they want it to be yung traditional pa rin na method. So, ayaw nilang automation. But now, pwede namang mag-integrate ng technology ngayon. Pero I think that's really the challenge eh. Yung how do you add value to the practice for this younger generation? Because it requires time, focus talaga na is accounting and all.
Kaya aralin mo, no? Kasi
medyo may challenge siya dun sa
pag-aaral. For new people going to weaving, tama rin mag-aral. Mahaba yung learning curve eh. And I think yung mga weavers sa Paway, for example, kaya they are masterful already kasi napasa na nga yan through generations.
Family of weavers kasi ito. Karamihan ng kung meron mang mga bata na weavers na kami nakikita, kadalasan mga anak din ng weavers. Ganun. Pero marami namang mga educational institutions ngayon na, like for example, De La Salle, we went there noon na meron sila din sa may course sila sa fashion. Then, so, they try to innovate nga. Pero yung loom nila is different kasi sa ginagamit dito. So, iba-iba rin kasi yung mga loom na pwedeng, like, yung sabi parang backstrap, iba rin yung technique doon. So, it's really, we should start young. Yun yung nakikita namin na we need to start young talaga. Kaya nga nag-thrive yung sa Paway because there was this school sa Paway noon na kasama siya sa curriculum. Meron talaga.
Parang sa MAPE.
Tapos biglang nawala na. Kaya parang issue ka sa general education. Parang ganun, di ba? Parang yung nandun yung sa start pa lang talaga sa Paway noon.
I think it's ano rin po talaga, no? Parang government. I mean, malaking talaga siya eh. I think, kumbaga ano rin siya. Nation's effort, government effort. Of course, people, everyone's effort din. Actually, mas a bit personal na question. So you're a professor po no, sa MMSU. And then, I'm just thinking, you could have been just a professor. Research, turo. But you went into the extension and into the startup TBI world. So bakit mo na-consider itong path na ito?
Ako kasi, sa mata ko, di ba, I never really considered going into yung sa ngayon, I would not imagine myself being the project leader of yung incubated project. na ito. But I've always loved learning. So, dun sa research nga, because you cannot appreciate the value ng knowledge without yung application. So, that's where research comes in. You try to consider how can you apply the theory. Hindi lang siya puro concept practice talaga. At nakakatulong din siya sa learning when you teach. Kasi iba yung sinasabi mo lang kaysa yung talagang nakikita nila na may concrete talaga na application. Kasi pag sinabi mong math is used in the development of this technology, ganyan-ganyan, hindi naman nila alam kung paano ginamit yung math kasi very complicated or complex yung gamit. Pero pag sinabi mong nagamit sa weaving, pattern generation, concrete na makikita mo, talagang nandyan siya. Tapos napakasimple nga nung concept actually. Parang mga whole numbers lang ang ginagamit namin sa counting. Yung software, maglalagay ka lang dun ng 3 numbers lang. Tapos magkiklik ka lang ng a few buttons, nakaka-generate siya ng pattern.
Ang ganda pala ng ganung software. Genesis can try it. Even ako parang I'd be interested. Naglagay lang ako ng 2, 3, 5 colors. Black, blue, green. Then may mag-a-appear na pattern. Hindi parang exciting niyang subok-subukan.
Pwede nga siya sa elementary. Di mo introduce na magpapasok tapos yan. Parang just to encourage them na pwede. Parang ganito simple lang yung technique is you can come up with these patterns na mathematically generated.
Naalala ko lang yung reklamo ng mga tao. Yung kumbaga, yung parang ano ba yung geometry, trigonometry, hindi mo nagagamit yan sa tunay na buhay.
Saan ko magagamit yung quadratic formula?
Ay, quadratic formula. Mag-beaver kasi kayo para magamit
yun. Saan ba yung x? Magaling.
Ay, yung
marami talaga. So, challenge talaga yung sa amin sa math. Parang there should be something concrete na mapapakita mo na application.
Yes.
So, napakasimple naman niya, pero at least, nakikita mo na math can really be used, tapos relevant siya hindi lang sa technology, even in sa society, sa culture.
Sa culture.
At ang isa pa kasi is yung mathematical concepts, hindi lang naman siya dun sa pattern generation. Yung tinatawag din namin na parang structure din ng pattern. Yung mga indigenous pattern pwede mong tignan yung parang may geometric structure din.
Aaranin yung oo nga, no?
Parang symmetry, maraming tipo na may reflection dyan, pwede mong i-rotate, gano'n ba rin yung, parang gano'n.
Parang I forgot where I saw that. Yung parang, nagtataka tayo kapag maganda ang isang bagay, ang isang pattern. For example, yung mukha, kasi yung symmetry, niya. So, possibly pala na ma-research ninyo na kaya pala maganda, kaya pala naging national treasure or national art ang isang textile, for example, kasi meron pala siyang symmetry points or meron pala siyang mathematical pattern na, kumbaga, mathematics pala siya. Hindi natin alam, pero kaya pala tayo nagagandahan sa isang thing, sa isang pattern, isang design. Kasi mathematical pala siya. Tama ba yun?
Yun nga yung sa nagitan namin na pag highly symmetrical, parang may aesthetic siya na value.
So, pwede nyo aralin yung yung parang siya, ma-point system siya na pag na dapat ganito ang pattern para maging maganda siya. Parang hindi lang siya trial and error na try, simulate. Parang maaaral nyo based, parang kumbaga AI or something. Maaaral nyo given the patterns na nagagandahan tayo. Nakita ko lang ngayon, nakita yung ang ganda pala nitong fashion sa harap natin.
Binakol din yan.
Binakol. Ang ganda. So parang maaaral, na-distracted. Maaaral natin kung bakit, kung ano yung patterns, mathematical structure ng mga magagandang bagay. Therefore, maiisip natin mathematically kung ano yung kailangan na structure para sa isang magandang design.
Kasi yung mga binakol kasi is, meron siyang classification sa mathematics may classification siya na group na usually may similar properties. Kaya kung gusto mo ng mas intricate, pwede kang tumingin sa group na to, mas higher yung symmetry elements. So yung mga ganon sa math. So doon namin na-introduce yung mga ganon na concept na napakasimple, iba-ibang patterns. Yung pala, pwede mong i-classify ito, parang isang family sila, ito naman isang family. May ganon. Sa group theory siya actually, sa math. O, di ba? Nag-lecture.
Tsaka yan, magagamit na natin ang math. I'm just curious, anong math yung tinuturo nyo? Parang yung mga algebra ba to?
Yung isang general education subject na tinuturo ko is mathematics in the modern world. Kaya hindi ako nagkakaroon ng problema dun sa pag-pitch sa kanila na it is relevant sa modern world kasi nga I have this project. And then I
alam niyo ba yung suot nyo? Mathematics yan.
Sabi ko parang, itong suot ko, may mga
Ah.
symmetry to. Kasi yung isang topic sa Math in the Modern World is symmetry. So, asan yung reflection, asan yung rotation,
Ah.
mga ganun. That is na-apply nila. Hindi yung puro lecture lang tapos
Education is evolving, and so are we. Introducing School Tech by Edfolio, your all-in-one school management solution. Built for schools of all sizes, School Tech bridges the gap between school and learning management. Driven by passion, School Tech makes educational technology accessible, affordable, and easy to use for schools everywhere. With an integrated approach, School Tech simplifies management across different departments and enhances efficiency in operations. School Tech transforms the way schools manage, teach, and learn. School Tech, taking school management solutions to the next level. Running a business? Make it smarter with Red Circle Global. Streamline operations, boost productivity, and manage everything in one powerful ERP system. Book your free business demo today at redcircleglobal.com. Guided by one of our top experts.
Ayun, sige, last question na lang. Ano nga ba ang vision or ano yung nakikita niyo pa moving forward dito sa Ilocandia Annual Pattern? Maybe yung project na to is, kumbaga, funding siya, so meron siyang, so it's a project, meron siyang duration. Pero I believe it surpasses that. Parang merong longer advocacy or longer mission dito. So ano ba yung nakikita niyong gawin pa into the future? Ano yung nakita niyong vision? Maybe in 20 years, para medyo tagalan natin time frame. Ano yung possible impact na nakikita niyong magawa sa Paway, sa Ilocos, and maybe sa buong Pilipinas?
So, for the Ilocandian Weave Patterns kasi, the primary objective noon when we started the project under USAID Stride is to develop new patterns and designs for the local weaving industries. Kasi we wanted to sustain the culture of weaving. Dahil nga, identity yun dito sa Ilocos. Pag sinabi mong Inabel, Ilocos yan. Kasi yung ibang weaving ibang textiles din is identity rin siya ng ibang communities sa ibang parte ng Pilipinas. So dito, Inabel talaga yung term. Hindi lang naman sa Ilocos Norte, Ilocos Sur, hanggang La Union. Yung Inabel na term na ginagamit. And even in Abra, sa Mountain Province din. So, Inabel din yung term. So, pag sabi mong Inabel, alam mo na dito sa part ng Pilipinas yan. Pero, yung sabi mo nga na the challenge now is, how are we going to encourage not only yung mga generation ko, yung younger generation to really advance, yung treasure nila. At saka, ma-encourage sila na gumamit. So, ang nakikita namin is somehow mawala yung notion na pag Inabel, pang matanda. Parang ganun kasi. Or pag Inabel, kumot. Pag Inabel,
yes, exactly. Yes.
So, para maging mas versatile yung gamit niya.
Alam ko na, may idea po ako if I may share. Kasi yung tayo ngayon, actually hindi ako, pero karamihan sa mga tao, bibili ng pen shop because the brand, pen shop or let's say Uniqlo, H&M, gawin natin ganun yung brand ng mga Inabel brand. Tapos medyo siya, fashion, kumbaga fashion brand talaga siya.
Marami na actually. Maraming ganun. So nakita nga namin recently, particularly nung onset nga, nung sa civil service na memorandum that government employees are required to in-enforce nila yung Tropical Fibers Act kasi na every Monday gagamit talaga ng parang Filipiniana yung term. Pero syempre medyo nagiging modern na yung gamit.
Well, tsaka sana hindi lang sinusuot dahil required, pero sinusuot dahil it's a pride. It's parang yun nga, imbes na sinasabi ng mga tao, may suot kang Lacoste, ganyan. Hindi na, may suot kang Inabel, ganyan.
ang joke namin minsan pag Mondays, parang costume party. Kasi nga, iba-iba yung itsura. Kapag Filipiniana, kasi pag sabi Filipiniana, napakalawak niyan eh. Ano yan, parang Filipiniana na meron pang, or mga palda ba yan. Ayoko naman ng ganun, naka-dress up ko na parang Filipiniana talaga. Magtuturo ka, alam nga naman nakapalda ka, long skirt ka, tapos mainit kasi siya, di ba? Kapag yung mga usual na...
Ayun din pala, siguro kailangan siyang gawing comfortable.
Yung wearability rin kasi. Like ito, naka-vest lang ako. So, mas comfortable siya para sa akin.
True. Lalo na mainit ngayon. Actually, malamig dito sa Nagulat ako, malamig-lamig pala dito sa Batak compared
Sa
sa
ngayon.
Manila. Sa ngayon. Pero mainit, maaraw sa labas. Pero actually, very true nga po, no, yung wearability. I think fashion, di lang naman siya yung beauty or yung aesthetic, kundi yun nga, yung comfort, yung ano. So, yeah.
Oh, yung kasi sabi parang mainit. Basta mong gagamit ko ng init, basta mainit. But if you look at our uniform ng Thursday, actually gamit ni Ma'am Joyce yata. Yung green.
Yes, I saw it.
That's an institutional uniform of Mariana Marcos State University kasi we're pushing for sustainability talaga of our local communities din. So, yun yung inadapt ng aming faculty association and our non-teaching din na association din. So, inadapt nila yung pattern namin. Tapos, yun yung ginamit namin for our institutional uniform.
Oh. Yeah, tsaka start with that. And maybe in the future, it's the new normal fashion for everyone.
And Cebu Pacific actually purchased two of our patterns dun sa campaign nila noon, dun sa tourism campaign nila, na they project yung mga patterns from the different regions. So, 2 patterns doon, we assisted them dun sa development.
Wow. Pwede rin pala yun, no, parang business model lang for the startup. Kayo yung supplier ng patterns for modern brands nowadays na nagse-celebrate or nag-champion or nag-express ng Filipino culture. And parang mas modern, kumbaga mas modern, quote-unquote, yung patterns and varietized through Ilocandia Unlimited pattern. But still, the original patterns na ginagamit or ginagawa ng mga Filipino, ng mga weavers ng Pilipinas. Ayun, thank you very much. If our listeners lang po want to know more about Ilocandia Unlimited pattern, baka merong gusto magpagawa ng pattern, baka shout out natin yung mga ibang brands dyan. Cebu Pacific, alam nila iba. Or, how can they know more po? How can they know more information? Or baka may gusto makipag-partner, mag-invest maybe or something. So, how can they know more po sa Ilocandia Unlimited pattern? Maybe Facebook or website?
So, the Ilocandia Unlimited Patterns, we have a Facebook page. It's Ilocandia Unlimited Patterns. Yung Facebook page namin. So, the project is actually housed here at the MMSU Technology Business Incubation Unit dito sa Batak, Ilocos Norte po. So, you can write to our university president, Dr. Virgilio Julius P. Manzano, if you want to collaborate with the institution with regards dun sa paggamit ng patterns, how we can assist you. Hindi lang kasi siya sa commercialization pumapasok we can even assist sa mga extension. And we have ongoing partnerships with local cooperatives, local government units. So, marami actually yung partnerships namin. So, you can contact us. Pwedeng diretso siguro to sa MMSU TBI just to get some details. And then, i-coordinate na po kayo sa mga offices and also with the procedures na pwedeng nadadaanan para sa collaborations and partnerships namin.
Ayun. So, lalagay ko na lang din sa description sa baba. So, check out yung details ng MMSU TBI. And yung Facebook ng Ilocandia Unlimited Pattern. Thank you very much for this conversation. Actually, very inspiring. Very, very inspiring. I'm surprised. Kumbaga, combination or integration, pagkasama ng culture and science, technology. So, it's really inspiring actually. Thank you very much. Thank you.
So, maraming salamat.
Thank you very much to our 67 patrons. This episode is super powered by ASLEX PH Academy, our official e-learning partner. Get certifications on Lean Six Sigma, project management, data science, and more. Pahatid PH, B2B logistics solutions provider specializing in third-party logistics, micro-warehousing, and micro-fulfillment services. Digital Workforce Group, connecting Filipino professionals with global opportunities and helping businesses scale through recruitment, remote staffing, executive search, and more. Nascent Batteries, energy technology startup specializing in sodium-ion battery technology as a safer, more sustainable alternative to conventional batteries. Level Up Talent Solutions, delivering Lean Pro talents, highly trained, AI-ready, business-savvy professionals who plug into your operations and power your growth. Agile Data Solutions, the Philippines' fastest-growing market insights tech company with its data-gathering platform Hustle PH. Cloud CFO, expert accounting, tax, and payroll services for SMEs and startups, using smart technology to deliver actionable financial insights. Architect Space Solutions, provider of ground station services, space data analytics, and technology supplies to grow the Philippines' role in the global space ecosystem. DV Code Technologies Incorporated, IT solutions specializing in software development, blockchain smart contracts, digital wallets, and cybersecurity. Argum AI makes smarter decisions by presenting both sides of an issue as argued by two distinct AI models. Pixel by ePlayman, turn content into opportunity, grow deeper connections, and earn more. Only with Pixel. Sign up at pixel.eplayman.co. School of Profits, Filipino-led community for aspiring freelancers, VAs, agency builders, and online earners, built to help you start, grow, and earn online together. Founders Launchpad, our ecosystem partner, early-stage accelerator providing venture capital funding, operational support, and mentorship. Hire Business Solutions, provider of the most configurable cloud-based payroll system in the Philippines. SmileChecks, streamline hiring and onboarding with automated background checks. Wonderbrand, data science-driven brand strategy and design for emerging markets. This episode is powered by Airship Logistics, Pareto Consulting, Josie AI, Uplift Codecamp, Board Prep, Kansan Barley, Eastpoint Business Outsourcing Services, Filipina Home-Based Moms, Hex Colony, Sugbodok, Algacon Aquafeeds, One Algae, Grey Wolf Technologies Philippines, and Sirius MD. Support the podcast through the links in the description.